So how do you double your business without losing your soul? That's the big question, right? Well, today we're going to dive into the blueprint of one real estate brand that's doing just that. They're seeing explosive growth, not by sacrificing who they are, but by leaning hard into it.
Okay, look at this number, $100 million. That's what O'Connor Estates, a family-led team in LA, is on track to hit. To put that in perspective, they're jumping from 40 million to 100 million in just 1 year. That's insane. But here's the thing, and you might find this surprising. That number, it's not even the real story.
And that brings us to the real question, the one we're all wrestling with. When you're scaling up and the numbers are just getting bigger and bigger, how do you make your values stronger? How do you deepen that human connection instead of, letting it get all watered down?
So to figure that out, we're going to deconstruct the model of O'Connor Estates. It was founded by two sisters, Claire and Sam O'Connor. And what they're proving is that growing with integrity, while it's not just possible, it's actually really, really profitable.
All right, let's get into it. To really get how they do what they do, we've got to start with what they believe. It all comes back to their core philosophy.
Yeah, this sentence right here, it's everything. It really captures their whole business. See, for them, it's not strategy or soul. It's a fusion. It's about having this super sharp, effective business plan that's completely intertwined with a real, authentic human connection.
And this is what that looks like in the real world. That incredible leap from 40 to 100 million, that's not a fluke. It didn't just happen. It's the direct result of a really thoughtful, intentional way of growing, all built on that philosophy we just talked about. So the big question is, how'd they actually do it?
Well, it all starts right here. Principle number 1, the internal shift. Before they did anything on the outside, they had to make a change on the inside. And they call it the say yes mindset.
And you know what makes this so powerful? Claire herself admits she's not a natural extrovert. She says she's not one of those people who just loves to be around people all the time. So the fact that she made a conscious choice to push past her own discomfort, to show up, to connect, to be visible, that is where the growth engine really starts to fire up.
So here's the first big takeaway for all of us. Success, it rarely comes from what's easy or comfortable. It comes from the stuff that stretches you. It's about trusting your gut, pushing through that feeling of, this is uncomfortable, and just saying yes. Don't overthink it. That's key number 1.
Okay, so you've got the mindset, what's next? Let's move on to principle 2, because a mindset is great, but it's nothing without action. And for O'Connor Estates, that action was all about investing, directly and strategically, in their brand.
I just love how straightforward this is. It's all about integrity, right? If you say you care about marketing, well, then you have to actually spend money on marketing. You've got to walk the walk. Because when people see that your actions line up with your words, that's where real trust is built.
And this is what that actually looked like for them. It wasn't just some vague idea. They made specific, really smart hires. First, a fractional head of brand to steer the ship. Then, a social media manager to get the word out. And finally, a copywriter to tell their story. Every single one of those hires was about making their brand feel just as intentional as their client service.
And really, this all boils down to a huge mental shift. You have to stop seeing your brand as an expense on a spreadsheet. It's an investment in who you are. Because at the end of the day, where you put your money and your time, that sends the clearest message about what you actually care about.
Okay, so that brings us to principle number 3, execution. You've got the mindset, you've made the investment, but how does all this high-level thinking actually play out for every single client, day after day?
This is where their long-term vision just shines. Claire makes this brilliant point. Everybody wants to work with the $10 million seller, right? Of course. But she realized the simple, powerful truth. That $10 million seller from today, there's a good chance they were a $2 million seller just 5 years ago.
And that simple idea changes everything. It means being available and giving incredible service at any price point. Because the people who show up, who deliver that same level of excellence, whether the commission is huge or small, those are the ones who earn the kind of trust that lasts a lifetime.
And all that consistent effort creates something they call the O'Connor Estates effect. It's not just about selling a house, it's a feeling. It's that sense of calm and confidence your clients get, knowing you're there for them no matter what. And that's the thing no one else can copy. That's their secret sauce.
Okay, but this leads to a massive challenge. You've got this amazing culture, this strata effect. How on earth do you protect it when you're growing so fast? The answer is the final crucial principle,
infrastructure. You have to build systems.
And I absolutely love this phrase she uses. Clarity is kindness. Think about that. Putting systems in place, defining who does what. It's not about being some rigid, faceless corporation. It's about being kind. It's kind to your team so they know what to do, and it's kind to your clients because it ensures they get the best experience every time. It protects the culture you worked so hard to create.
So, this is how you scale with Soul. You build that strong operational backbone so you can deliver great results at a bigger scale. But, and this is so important, you balance all that rigor with real emotional intelligence. We're talking regular check-ins, shared accountability, and celebrating the quiet, everyday contributions, not just the massive wins. That's what keeps the heart in the business.
So the big takeaway here is this. The systems you build shouldn't replace your values. They're not there to automate the humanity out of your business. The right systems do the exact opposite. They protect and amplify that human heartbeat so it can get even stronger as you grow.
And it all comes back to this. This is the idea that's underneath everything we just went through. The belief that a home has a soul and that every single person deserves to find one that reflects theirs. It's not about buildings, it's about belonging.
So that leaves us with one last question to think about. Their entire business is built on this beautiful idea that every home has a soul. So as you go out and build your own thing, you've got to ask yourself, does your business